Before we start, this video is not financial advice. Meme coins are extremely high risk and highly volatile, and anything discussed here is for educational and entertainment purposes only. Always do your own research, check the live chart, verify liquidity, understand the risks, and never invest more than you can afford to lose. Now, every crypto cycle has a moment where the market starts to rotate. And anyone who has been around crypto for more than one cycle understands how powerful that shift can be. Usually, Bitcoin leads the market first, then attention starts moving into Ethereum, then liquidity begins rotating into Solana, mid-caps, low-caps, and eventually the more speculative parts of the market like meme coins. When that rotation starts becoming obvious, traders usually bring back one of the biggest words in crypto, alt season. That is the exact narrative behind ALTSZN. This is a Solana meme coin built around one of the most recognizable ideas in the entire crypto market, which is the return of ALTSZN. The reason this is interesting is because the meme coin ALTSZN is not trying to force a complicated story or create a narrative that people need 10 minutes to understand. Instead, it is taking a word that already matters in every crypto cycle and turning it into a simple, clean, easy-to-share meme coin brand. In meme coins, that simplicity is important because the strongest narratives are usually the ones people understand instantly. If a trader sees the ticker ALTSZN, they already know what the coin is trying to represent. It means rotation. It means risk appetite. It means capital moving further down the market. It means traders becoming more aggressive and looking for higher upside plays. Most importantly, it means attention starts moving into coins that can capture momentum quickly, and that is where meme coins can become extremely powerful. The first thing that stands out with ALTSZN is the branding. The website has a retro arcade-style theme, and it feels like a crypto game built around the idea of entering the next phase of the market cycle. You have the insert coin and press start concept, and then the website takes you through a timeline of previous crypto narratives such as Bitcoin halving, DeFi summer, NFT mania, meme season, AI crypto, Solana surge, layer 2 rise, and finally the ALTSZN era. That is smart branding because it connects the project to the history of crypto cycles rather than presenting it as just another random meme coin. That type of website matters more than people realize because meme coins are not only about a token or a chart. They are about attention, community, visuals, and how easy the idea is to spread across the market. A polished website gives the project a stronger first impression, and with ALTSZN the message is very clear. Every cycle has its season, and this coin is positioning itself around the idea that the next major season could be ALTSZN. The website also links directly to the community, the X account, DEX screener, pump.fun, and the YouTube channel, which shows that the project is trying to build visibility across multiple platforms rather than relying on one single place for attention. That is important because meme coins usually grow through social momentum. The stronger the presence across X, Telegram, YouTube, and charting platforms, the easier it becomes for the community to keep the narrative alive. The X account is especially important because that is where meme coin attention usually starts. Crypto Twitter is where traders find early momentum, where communities build conviction, where memes spread quickly, and where narratives can move from small groups into the wider market. If the ALTSZN account continues pushing clean content, chart updates, memes, community engagement, and strong narrative posts, that can help the project stay visible while the broader market watches for signs of altcoin rotation. The YouTube channel also gives ALTSZN another layer that many meme coins do not have. Most meme coins rely mainly on X and Telegram, but YouTube allows a project to create more detailed storytelling, visual content, short-form videos, educational breakdowns, and polished clips that are easier for people to share. In a market where attention moves quickly, video content can help a brand become more recognizable because people are not only reading the ticker, they are seeing the character, the visuals, the message, and the overall identity of the project. That recognition matters because traders move fast. They do not have time to deeply research every single meme coin that appears on their timeline, So the projects that stand out are usually the ones with the clearest ticker, the clearest story, the strongest visuals, and the easiest message to repeat. ALTSZN has a very simple message. It is the meme coin built around ALTSZN. That is clean, easy to understand, and directly connected to a market theme that crypto traders already care about. Now let's talk about the chart and the market structure. At the time of recording, ALTSZN just hit 10 million market cap with visible liquidity, active volume, and over 4,000 holders. That does not remove the risk, but it does show that the project has already attracted real market attention and is not just a brand new launch with no trading history. For meme coins, this matters because you want to see whether a project can survive beyond the first wave of hype and still maintain attention after early volatility. From the chart structure, ALTSZN has already shown a strong move up, followed by a pullback and a period of consolidation, which is very normal in meme coins. The first major move usually brings attention, early buyers take profit, the chart cools down, and then the market decides whether the project has enough strength for another phase. That is the key area to watch now, because the real question is not whether the chart goes up every single day, but whether it can continue holding a higher market cap range, maintain liquidity, bring in new holders, and keep the community active while the broader ALTSZN narrative develops. The most important technical factors to watch are support, volume, holder growth, liquidity, and whether price can reclaim previous resistance areas. If ALTSZN can hold its current structure, build higher lows, and attract increasing volume, that would suggest buyers are still interested and the chart may be preparing for another move. On the other hand, if volume fades, liquidity weakens, or the chart loses key support, then momentum could slow down and traders would need to be more cautious. Volume is one of the biggest confirmations in meme coins because price moving without volume is usually weaker, while price moving with rising volume shows that attention is coming back into the market. For ALTSZN, bullish continuation would ideally come with stronger buy pressure, more active traders, an increasing holder count, and signs that the community is continuing to push the narrative across social media. If those things happen together, the chart becomes more interesting because it shows that the project is not relying on one single pump, but may be developing a more sustainable attention cycle. Liquidity is another important factor because it affects how easily traders can enter and exit positions. Higher liquidity generally creates a healthier trading environment, while lower liquidity can make price action more aggressive in both directions. ALTSZN does have visible liquidity, but it is still a meme coin, which means volatility needs to be respected. This is not the type of market where traders should ignore risk. It is the type of market where the professional approach is to understand the narrative, respect the chart, watch the live data, and size positions responsibly. That is the difference between blind hype and proper meme coin analysis. A clean analysis looks at narrative, timing, market psychology, chart structure, liquidity, volume, holder growth, and community strength. When you look at ALTSZN through that lens, the bullish case is very clear. The narrative is strong because ALTSZN is one of the biggest recurring themes in crypto. The ticker is strong because it directly matches the narrative. The website is strong because it turns the cycle into a memorable arcade-style brand. The X account gives the project a place to spread quickly, the YouTube channel gives it more content depth, and the chart has already shown enough activity to prove that traders are paying attention. That does not mean the coin is guaranteed to go higher, and it is important to be clear about that. Nothing in crypto is guaranteed, especially with meme coins. They can move aggressively to the upside, but they can also drop quickly. Momentum can fade, liquidity can change, and hype can disappear if the community stops pushing. That is why every trader needs to verify the live chart, check the liquidity, understand the risks, and make their own decision instead of relying purely on excitement. The reason ALTSZN is interesting from a market perspective is because it has the type of setup that makes sense for a meme coin narrative. It is simple, relevant, cycle-based, and easy to market. In crypto, attention is one of the most valuable assets, and the coins that perform well are often the ones that capture attention before the wider market fully understands the story. Alt season is attached to one of the biggest stories in crypto, and that gives it a clear reason to be watched if the broader market starts rotating harder into altcoins. If Bitcoin dominance cools down, if capital begins flowing into Ethereum, Solana, and smaller altcoins, and if traders start looking for higher risk, higher upside opportunities, then a coin with the ticker ALTSZN becomes very easy for the market to understand. Traders do not need a complicated explanation. They see the ticker, they understand the theme, and they immediately connect it to the idea of ALTSZN. That simplicity is the strength. The bullish scenario is straightforward. If ALTSZN can hold its current range, keep liquidity stable, increase volume, grow the holder base, and continue building its social presence through X, YouTube, and the wider community, then the project could remain one of the cleaner meme coin narratives to watch during an altcoin rotation. If broader market conditions support that rotation, the narrative becomes even stronger because ALTSZN is directly tied to the phrase traders are already using. The bearish scenario is also important to understand. If volume fades, if liquidity weakens, if the chart loses support, if the holder base stops growing, or if the community becomes less active, then momentum could slow down. That does not mean the narrative disappears completely, but it does mean traders need to be disciplined and avoid treating any meme coin as a guaranteed outcome. The best way to approach a project like this is to stay bullish on the narrative while still being realistic about the risk. Overall, ALTSZN is not just another random Solana meme coin. It has a clear theme, a strong ticker, a polished website, visible social channels, chart activity, and a direct connection to one of the most powerful words in crypto, ALTSZN. If the market starts rotating harder into altcoins, this is exactly the type of narrative that traders may start paying attention to because it is easy to understand, easy to share, and easy to connect to the bigger market cycle. For me, the main things to watch from here are the chart structure, trading volume, liquidity, holder growth, X engagement, YouTube content, and community activity. If those areas continue improving, ALTSZN becomes a stronger narrative play. If they weaken, then caution becomes more important. That is how meme coins should be analyzed properly, not with blind hype, but with narrative awareness, market psychology, chart analysis, and risk management. The market moves in cycles. Liquidity rotates. Narratives heat up. And when ALTSZN becomes the conversation again, the strongest meme coin tickers can move quickly. ALTSZN is positioning itself directly in the middle of that conversation, and that is why it is worth keeping on the radar. Again, this is not financial advice. Always do your own research, always check the live chart, always verify liquidity and volume, and always manage your own risk. But from a narrative, branding, social presence, and market psychology perspective, ALTSZN has a clean setup that makes sense for this stage of the cycle. ALTSZN is one of crypto's biggest recurring moments, and ALTSZN is built directly around that idea. It has a clean narrative, strong branding, active community, visible chart activity, and a ticker that speaks for itself. ALTSZN is finally here. Thanks for watching to the end. Remember, this is not financial advice and to always do your own research. The X and Telegram account can be found in bio.